Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's David Palmer, Leo King, and welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of October the 26th through the 27th of 2019. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a part of highvibe.tv. Super stoked, actually, for this weekend. Kind of. A little bit freaked out. Just kidding. Maybe I'm a little freaked out. It is going to be a new moon in Scorpio, opposed Uranus. You never know what we're going to get here. That's like the crazy thing is, I just want to say, you never know what you're going to get. Now, one, Mars is square Saturn. So, these are very opposite energies. New moon, Scorpio, opposed Uranus is like I've said, it's like King Kong ready to go out and be like, I'm doing this, I'm ready to go, this is my passion, this is my energy, and here's Uranus and Taurus. I want to feel the best things in my life and connect it all together. And then there's Mars and Libra wanting to connect, but it's squaring Saturn, which wants to, in Capricorn, hold on, let's get a plan together. So there is something to say about there's amazing connections, but there's also a lot of checkpoints. And that's okay. That this is also with Mars when it squares Saturn about focus. It's time to focus. Focus on what is the best for you. Focus on what you can really start to feel you really want to connect with in your life, because there is something about this Uranus energy that is showing the future. It's showing the future of where that's going to be a better life for you. It's showing the future of what better connections there are. And you got to pay attention to people that are going to come in and out of your life this weekend. Like, it's almost like you're checking people out and going, is this really the best for me in my life? Is this really where I want to go? Is this really who I want to be? So there's a lot of this that's going to go on. It's going to be also important to note, Mercury is almost retrograde. That comes on Halloween next week, so this coming up week. On top of that, you got Venus, right? Venus and Mercury are getting closer this weekend, so there's a lot to say about a lot of social aspects. There's starting to be really intense communication-wise, the environment being about people, Uranus opposing the sun, Uranus opposing the moon, but there's also this wanting for your own freedom, but you want connection, so there's this Mars square Saturn, so it's like as you want to go in, you try to go in, there's a block, then there's parts where maybe somebody's trying to come into you and then you're the block actually because you want your freedom, and then maybe somebody wants their freedom and someone you're going to, this is a game of cat and mouse. Cat and mouse is not fun. Tom and Jerry, I don't know about them. I don't know if I really like Tom and Jerry too much. Not the funnest combo, cat and mouse, especially since I'm a rat in Chinese. Know what I mean? So there's something to say about cat and mouse, because there's a little bit of a tension that actually is a good tension, I feel. But it can also be a bad tension if you actually never do catch the mouse as the cat, right? Then you can become like in any of those cartoon movies, like where the cat's just like really mad and like will do anything. Especially even the cat, I think it's in Cinderella, is real messed up, you know? So don't get angry this weekend with Mars square Saturn. People, you got to watch your anger over frustration. Don't be pushing things. There's going to be delays. My car was supposed to be done. It's not done. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you're going to try and push yourself and push people, then they're going to react. This is a time with the dark moon on Saturday on Mars. We're going to really want to try and push as hard as we can for something. Just go with the way that the flow goes and it'll go so much easier. Go with the peace, find the peace, and things will actually happen. So if we're in a state of peace, if we're in a state of Zen, there's something about the rays of God coming in life. But when we're in chaos and when we're in overwhelmingly pushing things is usually when we're not connected to spirit, we're not connected to God, we're not connected to the higher realm anyway. So let that be your guide this weekend of like, am I in chaotic situations right now because I'm putting myself there? And am I not connecting to source and to spirit and to God, especially because I'm in that spot where I'm trying to push something? Why don't you let God push the blocks out of the way? Why don't you I know I might sound real biblical or like I'm a preacher right now. I am a minister. But I will say that there is something to say that this weekend really is the high test of watching God's magic work. It's weird but beautiful, synchronistic, perfect timed aspects that are not on the time of your own intense emotional needs and wants. because your needs and wants will be met in a way that you can't see. So just ask the universe, pray to God for it, and it will show up. Card I got for this weekend. We are doing Spiritual Dance Music on Monday. Jack's just used these cards. You'll see up here his November horoscope up here real soon. Like, you might even see it this weekend or Monday or whatever. So I just did it with him, just filmed it with him, and he just used this deck. And man, he went through the whole entire month for love predictions for the month. It's pretty awesome. Also, make sure that you check out my guide to 2020, especially the guide to 2020. It's not the guide of it. It's just from now till then, and it starts, ironically enough, with this new moon. So this new moon is the kicker about the 2 months of seriousness that you have left till we get to the solar eclipse. And then we get to the lunar eclipse 2.5 months from now. So there's not 2 months to waste. This is going to be the new moon that kicks that off. A lot of it has to do with partnerships, relationships. You all know the story, but I go way deeper into it in a 2.5 hour video you can buy right now on the front page of highvibe.tv. It is called Destiny Call. All right, the card that I got for this weekend is the Hierophant Reverse. I've been pulling the Hierophant Reverse now twice this week. We're going to be not in a traditional space this weekend. We're going to be in places we're not usually at. We're going to be kind of like, this is not your normal weekend vibe. But I also feel that this is also reminding to connect ourselves of better ways to connect to spirit, because maybe the ways we've been connecting are tired and they're not working out. And that's why we're frustrated. We're frustrated because we keep thinking that, oh, God can connect with us more now, but I'm going to continue being in the same place. You've adjusted in your life so much, you now need to find a new way to connect to God better. Okay, so through the crazy adjustments you've been going through in life, you have to realize that our point of entry changes. Just like if you move in life, your point of entry changes of the way that you look at the sky or the way that your bed's positioned. Well, think about your life and your soul and where it's adjusted so much in life that is a new, you've got to stop this weekend, look around the environment, look around everything and go, I have a new way to connect to God. And this creates new traditions. Maybe it's starting a new prayer this weekend, starting maybe for those that love crystals out there, making a new crystal grid this weekend. Like when you're in a place where you're not emotionally getting what you want and there's a block, stop and do something about reconnecting to God. And I guarantee you, it's going to blow your mind. And God will blow your mind. That you will start to get, the most beautiful connection. And when that connection happens, that's when everything works the way that you want it to work and the way it's supposed to work. And you'll notice on the backside of this weekend why. You might not know it in the moment. You'll still be like, there's your emotions and your ego. Like, no, I want it to be this way, and I wanted it to look that way, and I want it to... You'll be at the backside, be like, thank God. So I'm appreciating you all very much. Make sure you check out that video. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm sending you my best energy, and I'll see you all for Monday and all the videos. So this video is going to give you the tools, it's going to give you the steps, it's going to give you the questions for you to ask yourself, to prepare yourself. It's going to give you my opinions on what best course of action to take. And you can take it or you can leave it or you can take parts of it or none of it. To me, as long as you're willing to listen, as long as you're willing to hear me and take it in and ask those questions, do you want to be in it or not? Like that's what the call is. And that is, I think, the deepest part of this energy is when people start going, I want the energy to go back to normal. You want the energy to go back to where you don't have to participate in anything anymore. And you just want to go sit back and watch the whole show. And guess what? The universe is giving you that opportunity here as the build up to 2020. But do you really want that in your life? Is that really, but I'm not saying, maybe I'm saying that because I'm somebody who feels that I don't want it, I don't want that. So I can't judge you for being in that space. But I can tell you from an astrological point of view that sure, it might feel more comfortable to be in that space, but there is going to be something of not being fulfilled.